Hi everybody, it's Lindsay Potter-Barrick. So I am the Win for KC Triathlon and Duathlon ambassador for this year. I'm super excited to share my first week experience with you guys and to kind of explain to you what I went through this week, right? My journey, which is also probably very similar to your journey if you've already kickstarted your triathlon or duathlon training. And not only that, maybe you're just still thinking about it, but there's still time to join. And please hang out with me till the end because I'm gonna give you some really great news when you go to sign up. May potentially be a discount. So hang out until the end. I'm gonna give you some great news there. So this week, I really followed along with the Win for KC First Timers Triathlon Training Calendar. Okay, big thank you for our friends at Win for KC. This was a huge lifesaver for me. As a mom of two 2-year-old children, a wife of a very busy husband who travels a lot, as a communications professional and also a fitness professional, I have my own calendar that I have to juggle throughout the week too. And so having this readily available to me was extremely helpful. Like, it made my life so much easier knowing that, okay, these are the things I need to do this week. Here's the free event that's going on. Let's see if you can fit these into your schedule. Now, even if you couldn't get the activity done on the day they recommended, that's all right. They factor in rest days, so you could even replace one of your rest days with that active day. And I had to actually do that this week. So all I had to do this week was I had to cycle one day, I had to swim one day, and I had to run or walk one day. Check, got them all done. High five, right? Yeah, all of you, you should get a high five too if you did that. So one of the really cool events though that happened this week that I actually did was the Garmin group bike ride, and it was hosted by Garmin at their headquarters in Olathe, Kansas. So this happened this past Wednesday. It was about 6:30 p.m. that we actually hit the road. But I will say, get there a little bit early if you're gonna join us on July 5th for the next one, because what's really neat about it is they also hand out loaner devices, so you can hook these to your bike. You can try them out before you buy them. They also end up giving you a discount at the end, a discount code, so that way if you do wanna purchase one, you can go do that, and you can do it for lesser value than what they're asking for it. Big takeaways for me at this event was the camaraderie that I experienced there. I'm used to riding alone on my bike. So I live in Tonganoxie, Kansas, and I do a lot of my cycling on the country roads or on the highways, big shoulders. So it can be scary at times just because you have to be so aware when you're on your bike, right? You have to pay attention to what's going on around you. And you have to have all the proper safety gear on. You have to make sure that these distracted drivers that are out there, and that they can see you and that you're doing everything in your power to control or to avoid any kind of accident, right? One thing I noticed about the group ride is that everybody was looking out for you. So there were probably about 15 of us. And what was great about it was we all kind of took off together and we ended together. It didn't matter if some of us got stopped at a stoplight, if some of us just, because of our varying bikes or our various fitness levels, if some of us were trailing a little bit further behind, you know what? Those of us that were in front, we stopped and we waited. It was very much a team mentality that night. We didn't leave anybody behind. And to me, that is what this community is about. And that's what Win for KC is promoting, right? Even with the Win for KC Tri and Duathlon. This is us coming together as powerful women and supporting each other and lifting each other up and just letting each other know that we're here for one another. So I knew that the chick in the back of me and the chick in the front, they were all watching me, and I was doing the same for them, making sure they were good. If there was debris in the road, all right, watch that, that's glass. Okay, if we're going right, we're gonna tell them we're going right. If we're going left, we're gonna tell them we're going left. So all of the rules of the road, you learn that, but then you make friends in the process. You are now, exercising with a group of individuals who are really training for the same thing you are. And this was my first experience doing something like that. Like I said, I'm usually the lone rider because I don't have anybody in this area to bike with. But I will tell you, as soon as I got home, I did get onto one of our local groups, and I asked if there were any females or males that would be interested in creating a group bike ride, maybe on a bi-monthly basis. And so that's something I want to start out here, because it took away so much paranoia and just the scariness of being out there on your own and not knowing if something does happen, you know, that you're always going to have someone there with you who has your back, and you would do the same for them. So that was a really cool thing for me. The other thing was, we got into these really cool talks about gear size and shifting and cadence and all of these, you know, cadence. I'm like, what is cadence? Well, you know, cadence is actually the cyclist pedal rate, and it's measured in revolutions per minute, so that RPMs, right? And that's one of two components of power generation. The other component actually is gear size. So that said, I learned a lot about pedaling techniques and where you should actually keep your cadence. And the one thing that I really learned there was, you need to keep your cadence consistent when you're doing long distance biking. What that's going to do, it's going to reduce the stress on your leg muscles, and it's going to allow you to ride longer. Makes sense, right? It totally makes sense. So if you are pedaling at a higher cadence, you're going to be working more of your cardiovascular system in the process as well, as opposed to your leg muscles. And what does that do? That enhances your overall fitness. So there are a lot of perks to keeping a higher cadence, but a consistent cadence. I'm not saying like go all out and just pedal, pedal, pedal. That's not the lesson here. The lesson here is to find what your cadence is, what your cadence should be. A lot of the females that were there, they said they keep theirs at about 90 to 95 RPMs. And they actually have their Garmin devices that help track that for them. So that way they can look and they can see and make sure that they're constantly using the same cadence as they go, or that pedal rate. So this is something I'm going to start working on, because I know there were times where my cadence was all over the place, and I would tell that I was starting to become fatigued. My muscles would become fatigued a lot faster. And so this was a really great learning tip for me, because now when I'm going to be on the road cycling or my next group bike ride, I'm going to pay a lot of attention to my pedal rate. And I'm going to try to keep it in that 90 to 95 RPM window. And I can't wait to meet with the Garmin Tech at the First Timers Forum, which is coming up, looks like the week of June 19th. That's coming up because I want them to show me how I can monitor my cadence on my watch, my Forerunner 935. I'm pretty sure you can. I don't know if there's another device I have to buy to sync that up. But anyways, so that is kind of what my major takeaways were. Again, I was surrounded by moms and daughter duos. I was surrounded by sisters, friends. There was wives and husbands. This wasn't a specific thing for females. It was hosted by Garmin. And they do this on occasion just to encourage people to get out there and to be active. And it was a really, really cool experience for me. Like I said, I hope I've done it justice in trying to explain it. But I think overall, it just put in perspective that things are a lot less scary when you do them with others. And so when I encourage people to sign up for a tri or a duathlon or a long distance race or any kind of physical activities, any physical activity, I always encourage them to bring a buddy along, especially if you have a buddy who's willing to do it with you. I have a ride or die buddy who, when I go to her and I say, hey, you want to do this? She looks at me a little crazy-eyed sometimes, but she is all in. And you know why? Because we enjoy it. I mean, you know, it sucks sometimes, like throughout the process of training, but by the end of it, we're like, can you believe that our bodies were capable of doing that? Can you believe that we are that strong? And so I feel like when you have a buddy to empower you and to constantly remind you that, hey, look, we are tough enough and we can do anything, it makes it so much better. And that's what this group bike ride did for me. It proved to me that being in this group setting and being surrounded by like-minded people who were pushing for the same thing, who were all moving at different paces, who were all at different fitness levels, could all accomplish this, could all do it. We were all becoming better athletes in the process, right? And that's what this is all about, becoming a better athlete and believing in yourself. So that is kind of my first week in a nutshell. Like I said, this calendar is awesome. You can get it at winforkctry.org. Another thing you can do there is you can sign up for the triathlon or duathlon. So if you have not done that yet, if you're still on the fence, get off the fence. Just take the leap. And if you need another reason, how about a discount? So what's cool is if you sign up over the next couple of weeks and you use the code at checkout, join Lindsay, that's JoinLindsay, at checkout, you're going to receive 10% off of your registration. So regardless if it's the duathlon or the triathlon, you're going to receive 10% off, which is a great deal, you guys. So join Lindsay, and that's Lindsay with an A, and I hope you take advantage of it. And I hope I see you out there. If you have any questions, please let me know. The next couple of weeks, I'm going to be rolling out more vlogs and video diaries for you guys to listen to. I hope some of this resonated with you, and I hope you'll join us at the next group ride on July 5th. So everybody have a great one, and happy training.